Good morning. I'm Chef Al, and this is Chef Al's Kitchen. Today we're gonna do breakfast. By the way, it's 5 a.m. Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning. But let's start off with some coffee. So I'm gonna have a cup of coffee, and we're gonna have what I call my coffee. What I do is I put some grass-fed butter in there, about a tablespoon of grass-fed butter. Throw it in the blender and pour some coffee in there. Oops. Kind of spilled it a little bit, but that's okay. You know, it happens. Okay, so here we go. Got that grass-fed butter in there. Put it in my Ninja. Put it in my Ninja. And I'm gonna make some noise here. Whip it up with that butter and in there, and it's kind of like a latte. So I had this in an earlier video, but I thought I'd start the day off with some coffee so I can cook you some breakfast or brunch. Pour your coffee in there. A little bit of cinnamon on top. Then you're going to swirl that around the top. Let me show you this. Look at the top of that. I'm getting really good at the camera. Okay, so we're going to have a sip of coffee. Yeah, you're just going to watch me drink coffee today. That's okay. That coffee's good. Okay, we're going to set that there in front. Okay, so I've got my plate here for the omelet. I'm going to wipe it off. And I got the burner going on the back. So today's breakfast is going to be a frittata, which is basically an open face omelet. So what I've got here is tomatoes, basil, mushrooms, onion, and some zucchini that I've part cooked, sautéed it in some a little bit of garlic, tomatoes, a few tomatoes in there. Okay, so we're gonna get this started. Okay, here I am at the stove again. I'm always at the stove, it seems like, but that's what I do. Okay, so I've got my sauté pan, and I'm gonna add some olive oil to it. Or you can use butter. And this is a non-stick pan. At least it's not supposed to stick. Okay, I'm gonna swirl that around there, and I'm gonna put the ingredients in. We got white onion. I got this about on high, so you have to watch the heat. We'll set that off the side. Okay. Mushroom. Turn the fan on. Why do I keep doing this? Okay, we got zucchini, tomato, and fresh basil. Turn that heat down just a little bit. And a little more olive oil. Now this is a good breakfast. You don't really need. You can add anything in this frittata that you want to add. Now stand back. Okay. I'm flipping again. I can do it left or right-handed. I could even do them both-handed. maybe no hand. Okay, now I'm gonna throw in, the last thing you wanna do is throw your tomatoes because you don't want your tomatoes mushy. That's working. And now we're going to add the zucchini. No, I think, yeah, we'll add the zucchini in there. Now, if you don't care for zucchini, that's okay. Spinach. Turn the heat down a little bit, a little olive oil. Fresh basil. Smell the basil. And a spatula. Look at that. And I think we'll throw in the tomato. Now you can add potatoes into this, or any ingredient you got. You can put in there. I'm gonna turn this heat down a little bit, and I'm gonna go over here and we're gonna blend some eggs. Kind of turn the camera a little bit. I'm a long ways away. Ninja. Take that off the heat a little bit. Got them in the blender. This kind of puts some air in the eggs, so it makes your omelets or frittatas today nice. Stand back, nice and fluffy. So here we go. We're going to pour these in here. Set that off the side. This is four eggs. You can do smaller, or this is pretty good size. So if you want it, if you're older, like me, or ancient, you split it. You can split it with someone. Used to do this years ago, and it was called a Joe's special. I don't know who Joe was or whatever. Today we're going to call it Al's special. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to turn this heat back up. Cook this frittata, make it just right. Okay, here's the eggs. I'm gonna add them to the pan. I've got the heat just about on high or so. Going in there. It's a four egg omelet. That's a lot. That's a big omelet, but if you're hungry, that's good. Set that off the side over there. And as you can see, my eggs are cooking, and we're gonna fold that in as soon as it starts going around the edges. Now the trick to an omelet is just like the eggs, like I told you last time. Well, maybe the Godfather told you. I'm not sure, but maybe he told you. But anyway, you can see these eggs are starting to coagulate a little bit towards the middle. So you want to pull that around the edges of the pan. And just like before with the eggs, once you flip this, just like the toast, once you flip this, forget about it. Okay? So And putting them in a blender like that kind of softens those eggs up, put some air in it, and make that omelet nice and fluffy. So good. And take that around. Just go around the edges like that. This pan might need to add a little bit of. I'm going to put a little olive oil on the edge of this pan. Get that olive oil under there. And I'm going to flip it, just like that. Shut the heat off. Shut the heat off, set it off, take it off the heat. Now while that's cooking, what I'm going to do is shred some cheese in there. Because what'll happen is the cheese will just melt right on the omelet. So I'm putting that pecorino romano in there, and we'll save some of that. We'll save some of that for the top. Oh, look at that! That's some good stuff right there. Microplane, zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. You can see that omelet there. It's not cooking at all. It's off, and it's not going to be brown on the outside. Okay. So I've got that in there, and now I'm going to turn this turn the back burner on, and I'm going to saute the shrimp, the scallions. I've got some chopped shrimp here, so I've got one whole one, and the one whole one is for on top for garnish. Put that shrimp in there. We're going to start that on high. So I've got that omelet sitting there. We're going to throw in the tomatoes and the scallions. That's okay for that omelet just to sit there. It's off the heat, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to set this over here, this omelet over here, give me a little more room. And then also I'm serving some fried baby reds with those. I love fried baby reds. How about you? Sure you do. Okay, so I got the shrimp going here in the back. A little salt and pepper on the shrimp. And I've got some some basil butter that I'm putting in with that shrimp. I'm just going to throw all those scallions and those tomatoes right in there with it. Okay, so it's going to take some time, so I guess we'll just keep cooking it. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll fold that omelet and roll it up, and then we'll garnish it on top real nice. And you'll enjoy it. If you don't, I don't know. So we're sauteing that right now. I got salt and pepper in there, and I chopped up some fresh basil for the top of the omelet and some garnish, because I like to garnish things. You don't have to. I think I'll put a little more cheese in that omelet. You can never have enough cheese. You can hear that. Here it says it's talking to you. That shrimp's cooking. You can see it's starting to turn pink. See it in there? Oh, that smells good. So we're going to stir that up a little bit. Flip them over. That shrimp. Remember, don't overcook your shrimp. Okay, so here's the shrimp, and you can see that that's going to go inside the omelet. It's almost there. And I think I'm going to hit it with a little Chardonnay today. Okay? Maybe I'll drink some. I'm going to deglaze the pan. Now you don't have to put the wine in it, but if you like wine, you might as well put it in there. Okay, also, what I'm gonna do too is, there's some butter in there. I'm gonna let that just kind of sit in the, and soak up that flavor. So I've turned that off now. That's basically off. And so now what I'm gonna do is, you got that butter in there. I'm gonna strain that butter off the top of that, so your omelet doesn't, be too buttery, oily. So I've done that. I'm gonna put that in the omelet. There you go. Look at that shrimp, and we'll save this one. We'll save this one for on top. Okay? Okay. Now I've kind of got this frittata. You can see it's kind of coagulated. You kind of turn your pan around like that, get the egg all going in there, and then I'm gonna throw it in the oven. I've got it set at 400 degrees. So it'll probably be in there maybe 5 minutes, maybe less. Now we're gonna bake that. Okay, and while we're baking that, one move, two moves, smell the basil. I'm also going to use this as a hot pad, and I'm going to drink some more coffee. Coffee's good for you. And I'm going to do this while I'm waiting for the omelet. Oh, whoops, not omelet, frittata. More coffee. I gotta have my coffee. Now I'm still waiting. Okay, also I've just taken it out of the oven, the frittata, and you can see that it's almost done on the top, but I'm going to switch pans and I'm going to put it right on top, and you can see that omelet or that frittata there. I'm just going to cook the top a little bit, because if you leave it on that one side too long, it'll get too brown. That's only going to be in there just a little bit, so maybe a minute or so to cook the bottom. Then I'm going to put it on the plate for you. Now I've switched pans, and this pan is hot too. Now what I'm going to do, you can see that frittata, it's completely done. So I got my plate here, and I'm going to flip it on the plate. Now there's the top of it. Oh, smell that. Great, that'll wake you up in the morning and put some loving in your tummy. Okay, put the pan down, and we're going to do a presentation. And remember that frittata's in the oven, so you got to check it every off a little bit. So make sure you check it, otherwise you'll get it overdone. So check it every couple minutes or so, and when that omelet, or I keep saying omelet, frittata, is done, you can tell it'll be firm to the touch. Okay, the frittata is done, and what I'm going to do is put on top of this, I've got some Parmesan cheese here. Spread that on top. And some Pecorino Romano. You can put any cheese you want, but I just happen to like these. So, and then we're going to slide that over. Fresh basil on top. And who doesn't love fresh fruit? Fresh fruit, I've got some grapes here, some oranges, and some banana. Gotta get your potassium in there. Okay, there we go. It's all done. Now I'm going to show you a picture of this. Try to get this in on there. I'll get a picture of from up above. I'm going to fly in there. Here we go. Zoom. Look at that. Can't beat that with a stick. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm glad you enjoyed your breakfast. Dive in, put some salt and pepper on this, or whatever you want to put on it, and start eating that frittata. Thanks for watching at Chef Al's Kitchen. I'm Chef Al. Have a great day.